Take it away, Cormiers. I have to set up and get in position.
Welcome to NoobArmy. We are on the ramping and 90s training course learning the first builds you should know and practice. The game of Fortnite is always evolving. There are new weapons, loadout, and content almost constantly keeping us on our toes. To have that competitive edge, one must continually improve and stay on top of new tactics. Today we are focusing on the basics. We will go over the first ramp you should try master and the first 90 you should master. Both of them are intermediate and the easiest. Do not worry. We are talking about easy beginner builds first. Commander?
Thanks, Cormiers. Okay, so first builds you get into Fortnite, you want to be sure that you're building single ramps to protect yourself and single floors. These are floors and single walls to protect yourself. These are your basic protection, especially when you're in cities, in towers like tilted towers, neo-tilted, and doing town combat. Once you progress from single walls, and some people will use the ramps to protect themselves, jump and continue to run and dodge their enemies while pressing towards their enemies. Also, you can do that with walls, but it's not as effective. Once you progress from that style of play, you can start building up two at a time, and even once you learn more complicated builds, these are your most effective for mats. If people aren't shooting at you, if they're not shooting down your builds, build this way and you will conserve mats for your next match. But it's all about being aware of the situation and building appropriately. That one, the first one that I just knocked down, is easiest to knock down because you only have to kill one wall. This one you still have more protection because there's the two there. But also if someone is shooting from a build, say they're down here like scaredy little cats that don't build as awesome as you do, and they're starting to shoot at your build, you don't get as high as this because they can shoot here, but it's a lot more difficult for them to focus and to shoot on you there through this wall while you are standing up here shooting down on them with this extra double protection of wall. Now with that in mind, once you progress on from those to practice, now I will explain a little bit more about this before I move on. Getting ahead of myself. Turbo building, you'll hear that term in guides like this here. It means hold down your mouse button. Basically that's all it means. And spin. And it just throws them up like crazy. Put a roof on, you've turtled yourself. This is called a turtle. Don't worry about editing just yet, we're focusing on building, and I'll show you some edits in different videos. But once you have a turbo build, you just hold down the mouse button, look up, and voila, you got your first basic build. Now, to do this build here, before I even go into the build that I want to show you today, to do this one, it is the same thing. You hold down the mouse button, but when you reach your feet to the bottom here, just as you cross the threshold, you want to be pressing the wall button. You keep holding down the mouse button. You can angle upwards a slight bit or aim forwards almost directly straight forward. Go forward before you're even, like as soon as you hit the wall button and it places, you're hitting the ramp button. Wall ramp. Wall ramp. You just hit them right away. As soon as you see it place, you hit it, and if you hit your buttons correctly, you just get it practiced. It'll just pop out like that every time. Get your angle right for how high you should be aiming, and you should be good to go. I will see you in a few seconds for the actual ramp that I want to show you today. Alright, just get in position here, go over to the first station, and oh my, gotta take care of a zombie. Okay. So we'll go over the first ramp, 3-layer, move into position there so I can make sure that you get a good look at this. Triple layer ramp rush. Get high fast, be hard to shoot down, run aim at the ground, corner smash, floor wall ramp, run from the zombie. The zombie's here for speed practice. Okay, so while you're running, with any of the guides like this here, people will talk about turbo building. That means holding down your mouse button while you move. So while I'm turning to the side, it's building automatically. And you just have to be careful of your positioning. So for the triple layer, you are starting with, and you got to be careful in a regular match, you can build below the terrain. It won't be as cut dry and simple as perfectly on top of the terrain, and might actually not even protect you for the first part. So move slowly for the first two. It's just ramp, wall, ramp, and then you're ready to go on the next part. So, ramp, wall, I hate that. Ramp, and then you're on to the next part, which is floor wall ramp. And you end with ramp, and you just run forward, hold down the mouse button. As soon as the ramp is placed, you are looking somewhat forward. I look up while I'm doing the ramp, and then I look forward while I'm smashing floor and wall and ramp. So it's just a 3-button run. If you watch my lower right hand side, I go floor, wall, ramp in quick succession. Watch as I do this next one as I move over to the 90s. The 90s is the same triangular pattern. It has a wall, a ramp, and a floor. I'll do a quick 3-high one of this one, do that, and then watch my finger progression on the right hand side. You got turbo build, and then ends on that one, and then you just smash all 3 there. If you didn't catch that, watch it again and watch that full run that I just did. And we'll move on to the 90s. It's the same shape, but it's a different finger order. For the first 2, you place them down. These are called no jumping metro 90s. Likely the easiest and most effective. Practice walking, then try running. Don't worry about going fast with these at first. You want to add extra protection to your matches, not make too many mistakes. So once you get to this point here, you want to be up in this corner. You don't want to be too far this way or too far down. Hit your floor, press turbo build, and hit your other 2 keys while aiming at this far line of the floor. And then hit floor again as you walk up. Do not hold down your mouse button. And then smash all 3, walk up, smash all 3, walk up, smash all 3, walk up, smash all 3. And when you're as high as you like to be, you just turtle yourself in and go at it. If you liked what you saw and you would like to see more, please smash like and subscribe, and I will see you in more future videos. Notification bell will also give you notifications of new videos so that you don't miss anything. Please do so if you do so desire, and I will see you in the next one. Proxima-Bee out.